Alright, once more, I'm glad to welcome everybody to the stream. It's the Nation Cup Call of Duty for 2016 once more. Today with 4 matches. I'm joined once more by my lovely colleague Mac, aka Sean. How you doing, mate?
Not doing bad, not doing bad. Looking forward to this Poland versus Poland matchup. From what I know, they've both got some decent players in their sides. So you've got a mixture of Poland's best CGO veterans. So looking forward to seeing who comes out on top here.
Oh yeah.
I've seen from both sides. I mean, everyone will be familiar, or most people that follow the pay-to-play matches will be familiar with Dex, who is a good scope, but I'm not too familiar with most of the players from his team. But the players on the other Polish side I am more familiar with, and I certainly know they're decent, so I think it could shape up to be a really good match, providing both teams show up here.
Yeah, I'm curious about this matchup as well. I mean, Dex could dominate it, but as well, it's not his usual teammates from Five King, so he can't demand the level of skill which he has on the pay-to-play ladder. So maybe his skill level will drop to the default skill level of his teammates as well. We'll see this, but in the end, he could still step up big and make the difference in between those two Polish teams. But yeah, we'll see this for sure.
Definitely. I think what will also be key is how each scope goes up against each other. So if the opposite Polish scope gives Dex some trouble, then maybe his team might be in a bit of a pickle. But from what I can see, I know that both teams have definitely got some players with some experience. Players that I know I've had some difficult CGOs against, so the level of gameplay should be okay here. Obviously, these teams probably haven't stratted that much at all, but sometimes the games that haven't necessarily got keen strats are the funnest ones to watch, because the SMGs and AKs are doing all sorts of crazy random shit. So
Definitely, and still, this game is like, what now, 8 or 9 years old, so yeah, everybody should know the default strats, and you can just build it up from there. Smokes and flashes should always be fine, nades. So yeah, a lot of strats are good to have, but it's the gameplay, the individual skill, which will come to the matter today.
yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what maps are vetoed as well. I mean, some teams like that obviously will be relying on a scope, will obviously be vetoing maps like Backlot possibly. Sometimes to an extent Crash, even though you can see a lot of scopes dominate on Crash, sometimes it's not so easy if teams play the map properly. And also they'll be judging their vetoes based upon what their SMGs can do. So I think that'll be an interesting to start to see what happens there. And see what map actually comes in first. I think the first map will bring the momentum for the game. I think whoever wins the first map, obviously, is in a good position to take the game, and will feel pretty confident moving on from there.
Always. Just to explain the game format we're having real quick, if some people ask if it's a Nation Cup, why can't there be 2 Team Polands? We are in a state of the game where we can't afford to let teams not participate just because there is already a team of the nation. So we decided to go for whoever has a proper setup, a proper amount of players for his country, then they are able to join this. We are in a Swiss Cup format, which means every team has 3 lives. And as soon as you lose a match, you lose a life. And in the first round, obviously, half of the teams won, half of the teams lost. So the winners of those first matches are playing this week against the winners of the other matches, and vice versa for the losing teams. So this will mean in the end we probably might not have 2 more countries in the semi-finals, because this system continues until 4 teams are remaining. So we will have a semi-final and a final after a couple of weeks. I think we'll be done around December, maybe even have to take a break around Christmas. We'll see about this. But yeah, it will just generate matches until only 4 teams are remaining. And this is why we have 2 Team Polands, and it's just randomly assigned those 2 together because they both won their first matches.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no issues there. Me personally, I would love to obviously have enough players still actively playing in the UK scene so I can play myself. But unfortunately, the team of UK guys that are the main lineup are more familiar with each other than they are with me. So I'm just set as backup at the moment. But you never know. In future, maybe some players from the UK, there might be a bit of a resurgence, but if I was putting my money on anything, I sincerely doubt it. I'd say they probably all moved to CSGO or got jobs and got a life, basically. But I thought it was a bit strange. I thought there'd be more than is there more than one team, Netherlands team?
Yeah, there are two Netherlands teams. Yeah, but you're right. They're the second biggest team from Europe after Croatia should be the Netherlands, because the LAN scene is still active there as well. So yeah, there are sure more than two teams capable of playing. But yeah, nobody notices. Maybe some teams were late or didn't care to play in a Nations Cup. But yeah, you're right. There should be some Dutch players.
And as far as the Belgian players, are there two Belgian teams going? Or?
No, I don't think so. I think there's only one. There was supposed to get a second created because there was some flame in the forums that like the old school players would have no chance to get against the players who are still playing currently in the ladders. But yeah, they did not make a team to prove that point. That was unfortunate.
That's a good argument. It's something that would be certainly interesting. But the one thing I will say about the Belgian side that are currently made up, they look very strong and certainly would be in the top two favourites to win this tournament, I believe. I'm not sure what you'd think on that side, Goatee, but I definitely think the NL teams are looking strong and Team Belgium's looking strong. And then from there, I think everything looks pretty open.
Yeah, there are a few countries I'm excited about. And what I said before, the old school players against the current players, this is kinda Czech Republic 1 versus the second Czech Republic team, even though both are still currently playing. But we have the first lineup, which is Team Gunrunners or Cyber Factory from back in the day, and the other team around Aladrin and Walking, which kinda just popped up in the last 2 years.
They are decent as well. So that's the team of Aladrin, Walking, Wacky.
Oh yeah.
Players. They're all good players to play against, and yeah, they're very sharp. They play. Whenever I'm playing against them, they're very quick to shoot. You know, sometimes you sit there and you think, "Fuck me, I need to liven up a little bit." I certainly enjoy playing against them. And then yeah, obviously Team Gunrunners, great team. Been in the pay-to-play final two seasons in a row. So obviously they're a testament to the fact that yeah, even though we don't play that much, we are veterans and we can compete against the more active CGO heroes of today.
For sure. So we're still waiting for one more player, and I hope the guy with a not so nice name will rename themselves as well. But yeah, we should be good to go anytime soon. They did not talk to me. I don't know if you've seen anything in the chat, if they know where the last player is. But yeah, we gotta wait as always.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, in the chat, I've got the stream open on my other screen, as I told you earlier, Gotti, and got someone said this will be an easy match for Dex. We'll see. I know Dyrix or Dirix, however you want to spell his name, he's a great player in the opposite team. He could definitely cause some upsets. He's played with me in many CGO games. He's very good. So I think, again, what we're going to need to see is how the momentum goes in the first couple of rounds of the first map. I think it'll be a good indicator of the team that's going to control what's going on today. If it starts and they're just going round for round against each other, then that'd be great. That's exactly what we want to see. But as we know from COD 4 in competitive matches these days, it tends to be normally quite one-sided, depending on who's got the better team and whoever's got maybe one or two weak players.
For sure. Just as some information for everybody who already tuned in, we will have 3 more matches to show today. The next one after this will be Team Italy, who just moved in for Team Turkey, who forfeited and didn't want to play anymore, against the team of North America. So that's a kind of cool matchup, because I didn't see Italian players in a while, and Americans looking hungry to get their first W in. So I'm definitely surprised that both teams will show up.
Yeah, that's actually one thing I wanted to mention. So I haven't looked at Team America's team, but obviously there's big teams back in the day like Team Pandemic. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of any more. I'm sure you might be able to help me out there, Goatee. But I was on a US server once I got in late in the morning. I just went to play in pub, and Nabor was on the server. And I said to him, "Are you playing in the Nations Cup?" And I think he said he wasn't. I don't know if he's part of the team.
I'm not sure as well. I just know from the first team, or the second, I don't even know which one is the first and second. Dex is... Oh, no, I'm speaking about the current lineup, sorry. I just drifted up a bit. So, obviously Dex might be a good player to watch, but even Snig moved on to CS, and I played CS with him, and he's a fucking amazing player. I didn't have the pleasure to play COD with him so far, but if a COD player moves to CS and becomes this good, I expect him to be a beast on COD 4 as well, so I'm curious to watch him as well.
Yeah, I mean the difference in gameplay on CS compared to COD 4 is very different. I mean, my transition coming back from CS to COD 4 was very difficult in the first couple of weeks. I've got used to the movement now and realised that in my eyes COD 4 is a better and funner game to play. It's just older and I've played it a lot more, so maybe it's less fun just for that reason.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, as we talk, the knife round will go live, so let's introduce both lineups for Team Poland 2, which will have to tag Polska. It is Dex, Virtuo, Mellow, Snig, and CRM. And for the first Polish lineup, which will have to tag Poland, we have Fagaro, Weave, Rivia Dizor, we're just gonna call him Ria for obvious reasons, Zarzor, and Shemko. And while they're knifing and vetoing, we will just wait who will win. Looking good for Poland 1, but Snig is turning up. Look at those CS knife skills, but in the end Fagaro takes him out, so Team Poland 2 will have to favor in vetoing, and while they veto I will play the national anthem of Poland. Today I only have to play one, because it's the same nation. So raise your voice in the chat if you want to sing along, and I'll be quiet for a minute.
They're not really using their proper names though, are they? It's just that it's going to be more difficult for you to cast.
You're talking during the anthem right now.
Oh, is the anthem on?
Yeah. Alright, that was it. Now we can go back to talking. Did they go for any vetoes yet?
They have. I did just tab though. Let's have a look.
Okay, minus City, minus Crash. So we are waiting for the first pick.
Not surprising vetoes. I mean, Crash tends to be a team-focused map. No one really wants to face a Crash defense where you have no strats on attack and you can't even move into A or get past nades, etc.
True, but same thing goes for Strike in my opinion, so...
I don't know, I'd have to respectfully disagree there. I think Strike as a mix and as an AK player, I feel like I can often make the difference through decent nades and just some kind of standard set pushes that I've got. But yeah, obviously with SMGs and Strike it can be very, very difficult, so it does depend who you're playing with, so you're right to some extent.
Alright, yeah, we'll see. I mean, every team can have struts on any map, so yeah, if you're in a mix and you don't even have smoking AKs, then you're fucked on any map anyway, so yeah, I guess some teams have more depth in their tactical pool, but yeah, Crash is definitely one of them, where you're right, with anti-nades and perfectly stratted pushes, you can make more impact. Let's have a look. There are a lot of Polish talking, so I don't really see plus Backlot, so Backlot should be the first. City Crash. Cross. So Nasha Cross probably means they pick Cross, so Cross strike. No, cross backlot strike, right? Yeah. Cross backlot
I'll leave you
strike.
to confirm that. I'm finding this hard to keep up with.
Yeah, okay, so crossfire first, backlot strike. So we'll find out if they want to knife once more. Polska says live. Point. Okay, they want to get ready. They're fine with starting on defense, so we'll get right into it.
Seeing as you're streaming, I'm going to leave you to open up with the first round, Gotti. I'll have a look round on the map, seeing who's doing something interesting.
We'll definitely
and,
go
see
for
who's
that.
good to follow.
Alright, good luck, have fun, enjoy the match to all the viewers. Let's see if we can pick up a scope. Dax obviously comes to first to mind. Goes for the scope peek, misses the shot though. So, not warmed up just yet. Goes for the peek from basement, but is just looking into a wall of smokes right now. Let's follow up. Virtu in bottom A as well, switch to him, and he kills also pushing into bottom A, and he killed the play. Oh, it's an attacking player, of course. He's been in bottom A and killed 2 players already in A and in Calf, so opening up the side pretty good for his team. The remaining 3 players are all around A. We've got one back A, in A, and A garden, and this is Virtu going down for a wallbang from the A garden. Bomb has been planted in the meantime, so 3 to 4 retake situation for the first Polish lineup. Dex holding the garden angle. It's not smoked up entirely, so you can still see it. Saw a player drop, misses another shot, and here's a player coming back to his right, but his mate only killed the one for Garo getting 2, so 2v2 situation, 18 seconds to go. Mellow holding back pretty far. Shemko going for the peak, tries to find him, finds him, but dies to him anyway, and Fagaro has to go for the full defuse, and easy kill for CRM to end the round, and the first attacking round in favor of the second Polish team.
Yeah. I think second round I am going to follow Snicky. If you can come on to him, Snicky. He's on the SMG, he's going to be making his way quickly into B. Pushes past the bus, movement a bit bad. He doesn't have anyone that's pushing. They're going for the fast plant actually, and there's a player that's moved onto the bomb. Does manage to get a frag, and they manage to fake again. So pretty awkward opening here, but the Team Polska side, they are in a 4-3 situation, definitely in their favour. Now in a 4-2 situation, so I believe that Snicky's going to go and go for the plant here. It's definitely going down. We do have a player on the opposite side moving into basement. He's taken all sorts of fire, but he does manage to get through it, and the Polska team are well aware that the first Team Poland team's player is in bottom A. Snicky gets taken out. Verts just needs to sit in now and play time. I'm sure he will. And another good round from Team Polska. I think that's the start that we expected on the attacking side, Gotti.
Oh yeah, it was great to see the fast plant attempt coming in, and also to see it being countered that quickly, because the bomber has been taken out quite good, but Snick picked up the bomb and done the job as a backup planner, I guess. So good stuff coming in. The fast plant coming in again, and this time Fagaro did not be able to stop it, and Polska getting 3 quick flicks. The bomb had been stopped though, but it will come down probably in the end right now. So look at this, all the Polska players are in several spots already aggressive, so Team Poland will not be able to move anywhere. Rivia with his scope trying to find anybody, but he will probably go down to the player on his left, and there he goes. And it's only Przemko once more with the AK and 1v4. As well, 2 players are texted up the first quite heavily, but can't finish him off. So at this moment it was just about extra frags, and he didn't care about them, so he just committed suicide.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching Verts that round, but what I will do is we'll go onto the defensive side and watch PL, whoever that is, or Prezemko. I'm just going to be calling Prez, maybe. Probably a good idea. Yeah. He's top fragging for his side at the moment. He's on 3 for 2, obviously they're 3-0 down. He's moving into the back A area, but there's no one actually pushing A, surprisingly, from Team Polska, which you'd expect when they're feeling so confident that they'd be all over A like a rash, but they're not. They do suspect that there's someone in top A, and there is a player that's moved into low A now. So Prez has to be careful. The bomb goes down. Team Polska are shitting all over Team Poland at the moment. It's looking bad for them, and this is 4-0. This is not the start that you'd like on Crossfire, certainly from the defensive side.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm curious why they didn't go for the knife to start an attack, because obviously if they are like not the best team or the better team of those two, you want them to start an attack so they can get a few rounds. Finally Rivia picks up the scope duel against Stax, and Fagaro following it up, so this looks like a confident round, but CRM answering, Mello goes down to Weave, so 2v4 situation. Look at the health bars of Poland, like 2 or 3 players almost died there as well, so unlucky for Team Polska, but I'm still on Rivia. He's watching the scope house angle. The scope is down, so he has all the confidence to stay in open angles.
I'd definitely move on to Verts if you can, Gotti.
Oh, yeah,
like he's very dangerous at the moment.
He is the last hope in the team, and he was just shot down. So Chaos is good coming out right there. It's down to CRM in a 1v3. He has the bomb on his hands and the AK, and he just heard the player drop right in front of him. So if he can pick him up, there's still hope. But right now, though, he saw a play in A Garden as well, so he knows the position of 2 players. But nobody's peeking just now. Team Poland definitely wants this round. So,
it's a position that, as an AK, is a really shit position to be in on Crossfire. I absolutely hate it myself.
Especially when the scope is still alive on the opponent team. You can't really go for any peeks, because as soon as you look out, he looks out, gets the tag, but doesn't follow up. He's really scared that the scope will peek him, so he's not going for any aggression here. He just hopes that anybody will lose his patience and will take him down. And in the end, this is exactly what happens, and he's just in the wrong spot for it and gets taken down through the wall.
Yeah, I think we should move on to Verts here. He's the guy who seems to be producing the most action. He certainly is doing some good pushes, getting into some good positions, and looks to me to be the most exciting player on the map thus far. He's held basement successfully, no one pushed. He did exactly what you'd expect an SMG to do. He's now in a very keen position, looking to get the kill when he gets taken down. We've got Dex now, is worth moving on to. He was just on the bus. He's going to be trying to get a pick onto A. I'm not sure there is a player in there. I'm looking at the red dots on the radar. But as I say that, he gets a great kill onto top A. Pure and utter game sense coming out there. He's going to go down with the SMG and attack the guy that's in CAF. It's a bit, I was about to say a bit of a stalemate there, but yeah, experience shining through. And Team Polska coming through with a great round there.
I want to move on to Rivia. I want to see him take the scope duel, and he had to spawn for it in the cuff push, so he will go in cuff aggressively to take on the scope, and he kills Stax, so lovely start for them. And there's no smoke on the street, so now he is. So he spams away from some Kostas, almost dies to a nade, so barely survived it, and his team is still in advantage. As there was a team kill coming on from Premko onto Verts, so yeah, I was wondering why there are only 2 players remaining, but that's the reason. So let's have a look onto Mello and Snick. They're both having the Deagles out. Now there's a player on bottom A. Snick is trying to aim on him, but that's gonna be desperate. Mello, in the meantime, spams the shit out of him. So I'm switching between Snick and Mello all the time. Snick found a player in the A Garden, second Deagle frag off the round, but in the end it was enough for Team Poland to finally take him out. And it's Mello on a 1v3. He knows that 2 players are on the A side, as they were just firing on his mate, but this information will not be enough to win the duel onto the A players, and it's getting taken down. 5v2.
Yep, I'm going to move on to Fagaro here on the defensive side. He's got an SMG, he's moving towards the CAF area, so always going to be a dangerous push wherever he's going. There's going to be something happening, so there should be some excitement. He successfully moves through the smoke. Dex has seen him though, and he gets taken down by his own scope. What happened there? And Team Poland seemed to get the bomb down, or Team Polska, sorry. This has all worked out terribly for the Polish first side. Dex moves into A Garden, takes out 1, takes out 2. Huge +10 for Dex there. Certainly looking like it's going to go to Team Polska. But we do have Rivzor is what I'm going to call him for lack of knowing how to pronounce his name, in a very sticky situation, and pretty much nothing he could do there. So interesting round. I think they were very unfortunate to lose their SMG to their own scope there. I think that was really a cataclysmic mistake.
Oh yeah. Dex had another top spawn, so I'm gonna follow him. We can finally take out the scope, but the smokes are down pretty good and nobody crossed before the smoke went down, so no luck watching him, and he dies through night, so Caster's Curse perfectly executed. And Team Polska actually Snake being the hero of the round, it seems, as he just took out 2 players in the names of Rivia and Fagaro, and they're already planting again in a 4v2 situation. Bomb is not being down yet because the spray was coming in, but Verts is moving into bottom A, looking to kill the wooden player. Moving up right now, they're missing each other, but the back will be turned to Verts, so easy kill for him. And now we have Zazu in a 1v4. He's in a good spot, but he was been spotted, so nade coming out on a bomb, spray coming in from Mellow, and he takes him out easily in the end.
Yeah, I think the easiest person to look at is Snicky now. He's the guy who seems to be on fire, like Jamal in his mixtape, so let's go with him. He's going to be nading towards the CAF area. He's got his SMG out, he's feeling very confident, moves straight towards the bus area. I thought I heard something in B, but I didn't. He's really going aggressive here, hasn't seen anything in B alley. He's deciding to play a bit more of a passive play now, so it might be worth switching over players. We've got CRM who's in mid-street, gets an absolutely fantastic frag onto Fagaro, who was sitting by the orange car, just sitting by CAF. Polska looking like they're in a good position now. Should probably fake as soon as possible or go for a wheel. He is going for a reel. No nades are coming in, I don't believe. And this is going down 4-on-2 situation. Let's move on to Weave. Last man standing for Team Poland gets taken down, and this match seems like a whitewash thus far.
Curious enough, they changed scopes onto Weave, even though I think Rivia did a good job killing Dax at least, and that's the main job you want to have in this matchup. So let's see if Weave can do the same. He just jumped across and Dax saw him, but none of those will have a duel onto each other, so Weave just still watching into smoke. Dex in the meantime killed Fagaro with the deagle, so doesn't even need a scope. Easy peasy for him. We've saw Dex just there in Melons, missed the shot, so not a lot of confidence, but another team kill coming out from CRM onto Snake, so... But this was just a short advantage as it's already down to Weave in a 1v4, so the only kill of the round will be a team kill in favor of the Polish team.
Who are we in favour of following here, Gotti? What do you think?
Just choose anybody, mate. All yours.
I'm going to choose Weave. Weave is 3 for 10. He's just picked up the scope. He's going for the wall bangs onto light. No success there. He's deciding to go into the back scope house. I believe he's been seen. So possibly got Dex with his eye all over him. We'll see. Movement's not looking great. He's definitely looking to try and get a pick on the opposite team's scope, but to no success. He's seeing absolutely nobody. Team Poland have lost another player, so it's just looking worse and worse for them as the rounds have gone on. It's going to be looking like a 10-2, not what you want on Crossfire. You want to be getting a 6-6 at least, and the last man standing is Ribzor. I'm going to keep calling it Ribzor, apologies for anyone who knows him, and he commits suicide. I think it's been a suicidal first half for Team Poland. They really have provided absolutely nothing. The team play's been bad, the communication's clearly been bad, and the individual skill effort has been terrible. So I think they're fairly set to be quite ready to lose this map, and I'd say they're looking forward to moving to the next map, hopefully to some better prospects.
I can only agree. Looking at the scoreboard, it's nobody in particular being bad for Team Poland. It's just Team Polska. It's just too strong right now. Snick and Verts are top tracking for both the Polska team. So let's move on. I'm on Rivia. Here's the bomb in top lighthouse. Curiously enough, he would die there. It would be a huge waste of time to recover the bomb, but it doesn't look like it. They get anywhere close to the bomb right now. There's a player already in basement pushing up, so it's just too easy. They're just getting through. I don't think any player of Team Poland was to come up anywhere close into Melons or basement, so change of struts right away, or change of confidence, we can say. Dex is in bottom A, looking for any players in Melons. Let's see, Weave will be the one finding him probably, but nope, Dex will win this duel with the AK onto the scope, so Weave not looking confident enough to take those peaks, and Dex gets another easy closeout, and the first round already confident enough.
Yeah, I'm going to move on to PL. He's got the most frags for his team. I'm going to try and see if he can bring out some frags. I'd quite like to see Team Poland get some rounds in here. He does manage to get a tag, jumps out, he's been a bit stupid now, he's overpeaked. Dex manages to get a frag onto Weave, Snicky onto Fagaro. Looking terrible here for Team Poland yet again. Seems to be every single round they're dropping like flies far too early. PL gets taken down, Verts is pushing into the basement area. Manages to get a tag, I believe, onto someone who was just by the banana boxes. Is nading backstreet, but will have no success. The player has moved into basement. Verts is approaching this actually quite correctly. Gets taken down though by Rivzor. So we're in a 2-on-2 situation. This was hardly unexpected. Rivzor goes down, and I'm going to move on to Milo here. Milo seems to have the best idea of where the guy is. He's gone into back A garden. So we have a player in low A or top A, I can't actually tell at the moment. My wall pad doesn't seem to be working. Messy round here. One-on-one situation, CRM comes out on top. Of course he does. It seems like the luck for Team Poland just is not there right now.
Nah, and we're moving on to 10 map rounds, so 10 opportunities for Team Polska to close this one out. Let's see if they can do it with the first. Armor, follow, and aggressive SMG if I can find any, but I have no luck thus far. But Snick is pushing over the AK actually, and takes out the first player by the bus. Sprems another in basement, but he just avoided him by walking into garden and kill the player, so the aggression of Snick helped his other team to find a frag, but in the end Dex with a no scope, ending the map 2-13. So dominating stuff. Let's have a quick scoreboard look before we change the map. Weave on 3, Fagaro on 4, really not picking up anything. And for Team Polska was just working fine and easy.
Yeah, I think we've seen from the first map the team that obviously has the most momentum skills going for themselves are Team Polska. I didn't expect such a wide gap in the scoreboard, but I think the indicator that we've just seen then will show that I think we're looking at a 2-0 here, and I hate to say that and sound so pessimistic, but when you look at a team win so strongly as they just have done, I think that the morale for Team Poland is certainly going to be quite low. What will be interesting here is if players such as Snick, who's playing on the AK, if they can play as well as that on Backlot, which is a map that is basically made for SMGs. I think it's going to be interesting to see how they shape up like that. It will also be interesting to see if the scopes can actually do anything, seeing as we've just moved from a scoping map to essentially a very short-ranged map, especially in the starter rounds. What's your take on it, Gotti?
Yeah, I'll definitely favor the SMGs on this map. It will come down, will they find the holes? I mean, you have too many entrances and jumps to cover that you can just have AKs and SMGs cover one entrance each. So you really gotta have luck or just feel the opponent's strat, how they're defending, to just slip through and back rape them all. So you can just go as an SMG in garden, jump out of mid house, red hole, low runes, top runes. You can go anywhere you want. Or go for the default strat and just push 2 SMGs into A and just rape everybody and just take the round for your team.
Yeah, I mean, smokes are huge. On backlot attacks, smokes are absolutely huge. You can use them to disguise sound. You can use them to basically completely cover certain areas of the map. So it does allow the SMGs to get into very dangerous areas, providing there is some good communication, providing that the SMG keeps their cool and does their job when they get into the good areas, because it's not necessarily all about consistently moving on this map. It's about getting into a good position, staying there, holding it, and then being able to effectively use your gun as and when you basically get a call from your teammates or you hear someone shooting or some sound.
Definitely, nades are a huge impact. I've been saying this a lot, and I've been showing it a lot. I love to show the bird view from top into Albin to see how the nades of the defensive teams are stopping the pushes from the attacking team. So even though you might pick a player, I might watch the first 10 or 15 seconds from above just to show the nades. But yeah, I will probably move on to the player you've been chosen in this round right after this.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, for me personally, what I've found is back in the day, you could throw some fairly early nades onto Elbend, and they would land a lot more often than they do now. Players are a lot more experienced. I find that if I throw my nades very late, I'm talking 20 seconds into the round, onto Elbend, you've got players sitting there with their finger in their asses doing God knows what, and I seem to be able to get a lot more frags. So maybe it's something that some of the viewers can pick up and take note of. The early nades, as I said, you either do a fast nade or an extremely late nade. And then I feel that these days people also have the experience when they're on the attacking side to not get done by the B nades that are coming in towards from the B side that get thrown from back tin. So yeah, I mean, what you will notice from backlot with particularly good players is that a lot of players don't get taken down so early in the rounds these days, and I think that actually brings out a lot more interesting rounds and makes this map a much more relevant map in terms of excitement for the viewers.
Definitely, I don't think it will be this one-sided as we've just seen on Crossfire, as the better team did start on the better side, so obviously it would have come down to a short match. Maybe Team Poland was already like, okay, we hate Crossfire, we should have banned it, but yeah, they picked it, so let's just start on defense and get it over fast so we can focus on our map, on Backlot, and just get this map for our side, and then maybe Strike, they have more hope. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Maybe the chat can tell us what they think. Will this be an easy 2-0 for Polska, or are we going to see a third map?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to predict a 2-0 for Polska, but it'll be interesting to see. I think Team Poland need to start with a bit more motivation and confidence in themselves. I don't believe that this map's as one-sided as Crossfire is. Obviously the Crossfire attack is much more preferred side, but again, the better team will prevail no matter what side you're on this map, and obviously you can say that for any map, but particularly with Backlot, the better team won't be scared of either side of this map. It's like City Streets. I thought we just had players leaving the server there, but they appear to be switching sides. So the Poland team have obviously opted to go for defence first. They want to sit in and play it safe, possibly. I think it's probably a good move in my eyes. I think if they were to go behind heavily on the attacking side, I think their morale would drop dramatically.
I just told our next match that they should join on my second server, so now they're joining this server and we have like 1,000 people in it, so let's see if those two are keen about knifing, but Team Poland does not look likely, so not sure if this is already a sign of confidence. But maybe they just talk to each other in Polish, which I can't translate, and just decided that they want to start like this, and there we go. Since I started with the first map, first round, this is all yours.
No problem. Right, I'm gonna start with Verts here. Actually, he for me was the best person to watch in the last map. As I said, Backlot's an SMG focused map. He's thrown a nade towards Tin, a nade that I love doing, that he's just executed. Didn't manage to land the frag. He has done a great job of jumping on the fence onto Bin there. There's been plenty of players that have gone down. It's been hard to actually follow this, but looking okay for Team Poland. We're in a 2-on-2 situation. 2-on-1 situation now. Team Poland look like they're about to take the first round, and that is exactly what we wanted to see, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to presume it's just gentlemen, but yes, perfect round opening there for Team Poland.
Yeah, the other with a triple kill, really good stuff by him, so he really opened it up for his team. Nades are coming in, and look at this. Zazor with a fast kill onto Snick with a nade. So let's actually move on to Zazor. Where is he? I can't find him. There he is. He's already a tank as a defensive player. Moved into mid tower. There's a player in MG Garden who probably has no idea that he's already there. But both players don't know it. But now Zazor knows that he's there, as this guy just killed his teammate and he's going in for revenge, and he just does so. And another confident round with a 2-0 lead.
Let's move on to Sarzu. He's had some really strong rounds, so he's also an SMG player. I don't believe we've watched him too much. I'm so glad to see that this is a 2-0 start for Team Poland. I think he's prematurely thrown his flash there, but I think I'm actually wrong. There is a player in bottom A. He threw it in probably just in time. Team Poland managed to get 2 really quick frags there, which is going to work to their advantage, but 2 frags quickly answered back. We've got Dex who's moving on to mid-roof. He does see someone in the back A area, and he makes it a 2-on-2 situation. So this is what I love to see on Backlot. This is really awkward. When I'm in these situations, I certainly feel very tense. Dex looks like he's ready to go. He seems to know that there's someone in the bottom A area, and he is going to be searching for the person that he knows is bottom tin, but he goes back up to top A. We've got Fagaro who's sitting in a great position, low A. He should push in, he gets the kill, thank God. I'm so glad that he does get that kill. Dex has got it all to do. We might as well move on to Dex, who's sitting in the top. And he jumps off, and I'm going to bust my pre-invite bind, because some people were just born pre-invite and they jump off mid-roof.
Oh yeah, definitely a fail movement by Dex. You really do not expect him to do so, but this just shows everybody's just humans, even though they're good players. Let's watch Snick this round. He's already top A. He's been tagged out by the nades, so nades are still coming good, stopping the push, but in the end, if the player gets top A without any notion, the nades won't help you that much. There are 3 players close to A already, but they're already lost Dex, so no scope to pick up the scope of the opponent team, and Zazor gets another frag onto Virtue, so again in the 3v5 situation, Snick fails to jump and fails to shot as well in the garden, so this is all falling apart for Team Polska. And now we have Mellow and CRM in a 2v4 situation. Let's move on to CRM. He's slow. We should have watched Mellow as he just picked up 2, but now it's onto CRM to do the same. If he gets 2 more frills, he will get a clutch, and a lovely headshot onto Pshemo on the red hole. Really nice shot, and he even predicts the next player coming there as well. And we see Rivia moving. No, he's moving back to Metal. So
he's given away his position there, but he gets the flag. Sorry to interrupt you there, Gotti, but that nade I feel like was a stupid, premature nade. He knew that he shouldn't have been going onto the bomb by that point. I'm going to move on to Rivsor. He's on 5 for 2 at the minute. He's got the scope. He's going to be hitting the top tin area, or is he? No, he's not. Fantastic movement. He's looking at the L-bend area, manages to get the frag. Gets taken down though by Snicky, who's also having a good game. So I'm going to move on to Snicky now, who's sitting by the yellow truck. It's got many names. I call it yellow truck, and everyone knows what I'm talking about. But we're in a 3-on-3 situation. He's got someone directly behind him in garage, so this is really, really, really awkward. I think that whoever gets a kill here next is probably going to win the round, and that is Team Poland. So we could be looking at a 5-0. We're certainly looking at a 5-0 if the next frag comes in. We're in a 2-on-2. Snicky's about to get taken down, I believe. Yes, he is. So I think this is going to be the first... Oh, sorry, no, I'm getting it wrong. It's Team Polska who've got their player taken down. We're in a 1-on-1 situation. Sorry, guys, it's a bit hard to follow. It's going the pace of this game is very fast. Verts is moving towards the front A area. with his opposite player being at red container. So very, very awkward. I think the best thing for him to do now is to get the bomb and to fake and to try and scout out where the other player is. But we do have the other player he looked like he was in mid-house. He's now at tank and he's about to get taken out. And he does get taken out. We're looking at 5-0 for Team Poland here. Huge comeback. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Yeah, I'll leave you to take it away, Gotti.
This just came down to timing because both players were walking back to back to each other, so whoever turned around first won the round. And it was in favor of Team Poland, who took just a 5-0 lead, and Fagaro is already taken out Snick once more, so a key player down. Let's see if Fagaro can do any more. He's in bottom A, nading into mid-house from the elevated position. Did not find anybody, and this looks like a more B-raised round. So let's focus on the player on top runes. It's Rivia with a scope, so he's kinda alone on his B, so if Team Polska would to push in fast, it would be easy to take him out and take map control. But they do not so, and give Rivia the opportunity to take this lovely shot onto CRM. And it's down to a 2v3. In favor of Team Poland once more, and Dax gets a shot onto Rivia, takes up the player back A as well, which is Weave.
I have no idea how Dex knew where that guy was, seeing as he was sitting back where he was, but great game sense there.
Yep.
He gets a vital kill for his team.
It's fine. He was in the B bomb position when he killed one, so he just probably predicted that he moved to the right, and Dex gets another important frag. Is down in a 1v1 now and goes for the spray, but Weave for the lovely shot, finally picking it up for his team. This was an important round for them to keep the morale up, so 6-0 lead for Team Polska.
Let's move on to Weave now. I believe that seeing as he's just picked up a huge round for his team, he deserves a bit of time in the spotlight. We do see 3 players from Team Poland that are moving on to A, so they do believe that the Polska team are going to be focusing on to A. They do manage to get 1 frag, so they are up. Weave manages to get another crucial frag here, absolutely crucial frag. In a 4-on-2 situation, he takes Dex out on top of mid, seems to be coming into his own here. He knows that the player's on Apex, and we're seeing nearly James Bond coming from Team Polska after their absolutely dominant first map. What is going on, Gotti?
Yeah, this is what I said before. They knew they would do shit on Crossfire, so they just started on defense and said, okay, we can take Backlot easy, so let's lose Crossfire fast so we can win Backlot fast and move on to the most important map, which both teams might not be dominant on. So yeah, maybe we are looking at this scenario. And look at Mello, he's already at 10 and has 2 players next and in front of him, so finds the first. No, he does not, only takes him up and goes down to him. Close range duel, and the AK won it, so you don't see that so often. Verts in the meantime takes out Rivia on top runes, so B side has been favoring right now. Verts getting taken up, and there is a player underneath them. Let's see if I can find him. It's Pshemo, the prime spot, and he takes out Verts, so good movement, good game sense by him, but it will not be enough to take another player down. It's a 2v2 right now. Weave in the back A, Zazo on B. Zazo just spotted the player on mid-mid, but he reacts too slow. Probably looked in another direction. So players are just still trying to find any opening. And Zadov finally takes out Dex because he had to move as the timer was going down to 30 seconds, and it's down to CRM to find the remaining 2 players. He heard a player on A, but he has both on 2 different angles, so he has to jump around and try to get a bomb into A, but there's a player top A waiting just for this situation, and he will probably come down now. Oh, he's in basement actually, kills him. 5 seconds to go, he just has to hide, but he does not so, and he takes him out and gets the kill! CRM with a 1-2 clutch in the last second, wow!
No, that was bad game sense there. I'm going to move on to Dex actually. To be fair, for me, he's moving around the map quite excitingly. He's going to be looking onto the back A area. Doesn't manage to get the wall bang that I seem to be getting hit by every single time I play this map recently. he's probably going to take a peek at Tin now, or the lower ruins area, to no success, so I probably am going to switch players. We've got Verts that's sitting on top mid, and as soon as I look onto him, he gets taken down. I'm going to move on to Weave. We've started to really pick it up for his team. He knows someone's a yellow truck. He's on his own back A, gets a huge frag there. There's someone top A who's making it all very difficult for him to bang onto the bottom of A bomb to the player that did plant. He took a shot from a player of his own team there, it looked like, but I actually think it was someone from mid-house possibly. I think this is a very sticky situation for Team Poland. I think it's very unlikely that they're going to be able to successfully move into A and get this round. Dex takes him out back A, and yeah, I think we're about to see PL get taken down. And yes, he does. So we're on 2-7 here. I think Team Poland really need to get the next couple of rounds in and show that their dominance on this map is warranted, and they really don't want to throw this away.
Definitely. Let's have a look on Snick. He's been tackled by the nade, but another nade coming, and this is what I mean. They have just no chance to get into A because the nades are just working perfectly. That's why they've been favoring B a lot recently. But yeah, they wanted to try A once more, but the nades are just working perfectly. So yeah, they just stop. Look at this. It's like 20 seconds in a round. They're just stuck in Alba in the middle, and Team Poland has just all map to aim them from, and this is just what happens. But they're leaving B side open, which gives Dax the opportunity to go to top ruins and peek into A. Just saw a player on the stairs, hopefully waiting for him to peek. But in the end, another of his teammates died. So yeah, his patience is not being accompanied by his teammates. Finally gets this one frag. And spams to the stairs. We can see it on the right that has no success in tagging. But yeah, they're just staying in keen. They really want this round, and this is what I like to see from teams these days.
I totally agree. I mean, they need this round, and they're in a 3-on-2 situation. There's no reason they need to start over peaking or doing anything stupid. Dexter's got it all to do here. He's got an AK. If they've got any player that can do it, it is him at the moment, but I think it looks extremely unlikely. He gets a great frag onto the basement stairs. He has smoked the bomb, but game sense wise, he's detected someone's front A. He manages to get that, and he's moving onto the bomb. He plants, and I think he's going to successfully do it.
Oh, Rivia.
Explosives planted.
Sorry, Gotti, I'll give it back to you there. You seem to stop, so I took over.
Yeah, it's fine. I was just distracted because some people complained about film tweaks, but yeah, I've got new ones, so I didn't finalize them until the match, so I hope this is better now. Dex is on the stairs. Rivia has to find a 1v1 situation. 25 seconds to go. He's taking it way too slow and just picked up a gun, so he sneaked for 20 seconds just to make sound idiot anyway. So not really sure what he's been doing there. Now he's going for the smoke diffuse, but Dex will probably not let this happen. Comes in with a spray and takes him out easy. So lovely 1 versus 3, I guess, from Dex.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic 1v3. I said if they wanted one person on their team to do it, then he was the man to do it. I'm just trying to look who I want to move on to. I was going to move on to Verts, but he seems to go down. I'm going to move on to Fagaro, who's sitting in bottom A. He manages to get a frag with a nade, but gets taken down with a 3-on-3 situation. We've got Dex that was moving on to top roof, but just looks into mid and gets an amazing no-scope. He does get tagged by Rivzor, who's top ruin, who should rightfully be moving as far away from there as possible, because they're in a 2-on-3 situation on backlot, and you need to change positions in this sort of situation. Otherwise, the other team are just going to exploit you. Team Polska certainly look like they're going to take this round. Great frag from Rivzor onto Dex, but he needs to start moving his arse. He's looking a bit slow. He needs to get as close to the A-bomb as possible. He does see someone at tank, manages to get the tag, but in a really difficult position and managed to get taken down. And this is what we did not want to see. Team Poland throwing away rounds. They threw away a 3-on-1, and now they're only 7-4 up. And this is the perfect position for Team Polska to get back into the game.
Yeah, they're picking up the momentum. I would have loved to see a Tiamat coming in here so they get the 8th round, but it's not happening right now. Maybe they just want to change something up. They've got 4 players towards A and 1 towards middle, so the middle player just died, so only 3 players A remaining, as 1 has to rotate obviously. But yeah, 2 players been down by Polska already, so Zazo saw another and takes him out perfectly, gets the another frag onto red container, so lovely double kill from him to get Dex into another 1v3 situation. He doesn't even have the bomb, so yeah. This will come down to peaks. Premo in aggressive position, Weave and Fagaro both holding back. So Premo should play this calmly. He's way too aggressive in my opinion, but in the end he's been the one who kills him, so yeah. What can I say?
I think that, thank God, Team Poland finished that half the way they did. I think 7-5 would have been absolutely terrible for them. I think that the Team Polska team would have moved into the next half. They would have felt very confident.
Agreed.
I know that everyone's readied up, but I feel like a few more words need to get said. I think the next couple of rounds are going to be absolutely crucial for either side. So let's see how this opens up. I'm going to leave it on. I think this is your round, Gotti. I think we should watch an SMG possibly from the attacking side.
Sure. I will do so after the nades, so I'll just go into the bird view once more to see if Team Polska's nades are as good as the ones of Team Poland. They're going with 2 SMGs fast, so if the nades are good, they're gonna be down, but no, Fagaro's already in, so I'm switching to Fagaro, he's already in A. Dex got a nade frag onto Weave at least, so good opening for him. Fagaro gets the tag onto the back A player, but can't finish him off, and now he's in trouble because the second player is moving on while he was reloading. It's Verts onto Fagaro, so Polska getting the advantage. And now they're just waiting, but Zazo gets onto Snake, so at least some recovery, and Rivia onto Mallow, so down to a 3v3. And Dex just missed a crucial shot onto the opponent's scope. No, there's a player in Elbin and tries to spam through the wall, but he has no such luck to get the frag. So, still a slow approach, and Rivia going for the bounce onto the... Nope, he got tagged while he was bouncing, so obviously didn't complete the jump with that. Dex getting pushed from an AK, but he has his deagle out, and Premo already low up here, and one more deagle shot, and that it is, and there we go. And Dex almost found Zazo as well on bottom A, but CRM finished him off. So yeah, weird round, kinda slow round, so I really want to see more aggression, but in the end Team Polska just won it by pure peeking skills.
Yeah, I'm moving on to Sarzy right now. He's the SMG that seems to be controlling it for Team Poland right now. He's rocking the blue camo. It's my personal favourite with SMG as well. Team Poland now look like they've lost their confidence a little bit. They're starting to play a bit more keen. He gets taken down by a late nade, which I said earlier, late nades in this current meta, if you want to call it that, on COD 4 on backlot are absolutely fantastic. So keep the late nades going in any games you're in, guys. That you'll probably see some more success. Dex gets a great kill onto the pusher, which was Rivzor. He does see someone in MG, so that person in MG is going to get fired from all positions. Looks absolutely terrible for him. He has managed to move out of MG, but gets taken down, and Team Polska seems to be getting a grip back on this game.
Oh yeah, Team Poland are not looking good right now. They need some more aggression either to A or the bomb side. But right now it's just not happening. Let's see if they're going for it now. But 2 players already going B right from this ball, and only Fagaro going in fast. So even if he manages to get into A, he's on his own, he has no backup. Maybe he can find a frag, but he will probably be taken out right away. So far he just holds it. There's a player on single flick. That's what I meant. He could only hold one position, but in the end at least he gets the frag and his teammates following up, so even if my complaints are not justified as it works out perfectly for them, it's only down to words already, so yeah. Even though I did not want this to be played like this, it worked in the end because Team Polska gave away some peaks probably. And Bird's been found, takes up a player, but gets shot in the back, so yeah, obviously 1v4 in defense on backlot in the middle, you'll be surrounded by players all over the place.
Indeed. I'm going to move on to Milo here. I think he just deserves a bit of a chance for us to see what he's doing. He throws the kind of fast nade onto Greycar to no success. He's waiting for the nades in A garden, and we'll be moving on to A very slowly. Fires onto low A and moves in from what I would say fairly stupidly, but he does have a teammate on bricks and knows that no one's there. Team Polska up 3-on-2, probably feeling quite confident they're going to take this round right now. I'm going to move on to Sarzu, who's sitting in the low ruins type area. He's moving back towards B bomb. He seems to know that there's someone sitting in the B spawn, but he's deciding to move. He's in a 3-on-1 situation. It's not looking good. He gets tagged from top A and Milo takes him out. 9-7 to Team Poland. The game's looking like it's going to be pretty close.
Oh yeah, the gap is definitely closing, but as long Team Poland wins one of 2 rounds, they are still in favor of winning it. So let's have a look at Dex, because he's got a good spawn and goes with the AK into top ruins, naded MG, and now he has the perfect spot to go for any peek. He goes for the peek of Midhouse and kills Sweep, but overextends onto MG, where 2 players were waiting for him, obviously, after he just killed one of their mates. And Stick is in A. Let's see if I can find him quickly. Did he die? No. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's just sitting tight in bottom A, has 2 players around him, so this will come down to timing once more. He goes for the peek at the wrong moment, gets tagged up, attacks up the other player as well, tags out the Deagle and gets the frag through the wall into Zarzu. So close fight, at least Fagaro with a revenge frag, but another revenge frag coming into Mellow, so perfect team play coming in from Team Poland and Team Polska both, but in the end Team Polska will take the advantage on 2v1, and it's once more down to Przemo. He's in a low runes and know there's a player top runes, so let's see if he can do anything right now.
He's in a position to get a frag if he just picked out a little bit, but he's just missed his chance, hasn't he?
But CRM is lagging.
Yeah, he is. He really is lagging.
But look at the bomb as well. It's 25 seconds. The bomb is in spawn, so at this moment either he runs for auto, he has to go for both kills. And as soon Team Polska realize he doesn't have the bomb, they will just stay in, and CRM will not move with those legs anyway. So yeah, Przemo goes for the spawn to pick up the bomb at 10 seconds. Yeah, he will just suicide right now probably, because there's no way on earth he will make it to the bomb. So yeah, another round for Team Polska, even though both peaked, but they just peaked for the kill and got in the end.
I'm going to go on to Sorzor. He's the guy that we're going to look to basically get around in here for Team Poland. He's been the most influential player for their team in this game. I feel like he really needs to step it up and help his team out and get in an opening frag or an opening 2 frags. He's playing this correctly here. There is a smoke that's been placed to low ruins, and you'd expect some teams to do a push, but Team Polska, I think tactically are playing this very well on the defence, and they're making it very difficult for Team Poland to know what they're doing and where they are, and I think tactics are quite prevalent in games like this where you need to start pinching rounds, and Team Poland are struggling to do that. I'm going to move on to, let's have a look. Verts is in a position now where there's going to be some action. He's in low A. He gets taken down by Rivs, who's on top of mid, and we find ourselves in a 3-on-3 situation, 3-on-2 situation, 2-on-2 situation now. So the frags come flying in all at once. This is a crucial round for both teams. So important that they win this. We've got Dex, who's got a feeling they're moving towards down, and we're on to Dex, who's coming into back A. He'd be doing exactly what I would want to do right now. He's gonna wall bang if he hears the bomb starting going down. He does hear someone moving close to him, but doesn't seem to be reacting to that. What is he doing? Was he aware of that or not? That seemed like terrible play for a player of Dex's caliber. I think Team Polska from that deserved to lose this round. Fagaro sitting in a good position here. He needs to just not peek. Rivs, through experience, is just sitting by tank, even though bullets come flying through the fence. I think that Team Poland are doing everything right here. Is expecting him to jump on the bin to quickly have a peek onto A bricks. It's not happening. There's a bit of fire into back A, but to no success. And then he gets taken down on the bin by Tin. So great round there from Poland. I think we watched the right guys. And on to you, Gotti.
Definitely. I feel like they should call a timeout, Team Polska, for Serum. I mean, they might think, okay, he's not our top player and everything, but he's doing a good job for his team, and it's just like playing on the 4v5 right now. So I don't know if they're on a rush, if players have to go to real-life events or something, or why there is no timeout coming in. I'm on Fagaro, by the way. He's going top A right now to take out Dex, and he just did so. So down to 4v4 already after the first 25 seconds. But there's a play on Albin already, and Fagaro will see to him that he goes down, and he just does that. So Snake goes down as well. 4v3 advantage in favor. And
we have someone join the Team Poland team, Gotti. I thought this was a 12-man server.
No, this is the 41. But yeah. We will find out later who it was, and he will get his ban on CG, so yeah, if he wants to do this just for this, be happy about it. And in the meantime, we missed a couple of frags, and it's down to Mellow in a 1v4, gets the guy on a bomb, but it was not the planter, so he's in a 1v3 plant situation right now. And he knows there's a player around B, and he tries to go for him first, so he doesn't have to go back for him after he goes into A. But he's lucky enough to see him, but not good enough to kill him, so it's down to 11-8. Unlucky for him.
I'm going to move on to Dex now. So obviously Team Polska have gone 11-9 down, 11-8 down, sorry. They're going to be relying on the most experienced player of their team to be getting some entry frags possibly, or to essentially play a very important part of this part of the game. They need to get some rounds in. Team Poland do actually have a player taken down by Milo via a frag grenade, and the round seems to have slowed down quite a lot. Dex does know that someone's near top ruins, but he decides to go down towards the bottom ruins area, and I think Dex's game sense is going to tell him that he's probably going to jump down and have a look. I would in this situation from the sound that I've just heard, but he doesn't appear to be doing so. Peeking left and right very quickly. I think we should maybe move on to Verts, who's actually got a good position and gets taken down. So we find ourselves Team Polska 3-on-1 situations, the round they needed, and 11-9 it is. So this next round, I think Team Poland need to get. If they get the 12, I think they win the map. If they don't, then very interesting ending coming up.
Oh yeah, we just seen Dex with a triple kill picking up for his team, so they really need their star player to pick up those rounds. Let's have a look of Ria, a good spot, and takes out Snake in the middle as well, and now he goes once more for the roof, but the nades are coming in perfectly. CRM takes him out on the balcony. So Fagaro gets Mellow. Let's see, Fagaro is on his own on his A. If they knew that, they could just bring the bomb in, but Dex with another frag onto Zazu takes it down to 3-3. Finally Dex has been taken out by Chemo. And now Weave still in Albin with the bomb. They have no idea that it's clean, so they're moving cautiously. But there's a play on red container. Let's see if it is. It's CRM, he gets the frag onto Pshemo and survives the spam, but in the end gets down to Fagaro, so it's down to Verts in the 2v1. Sees a player moving in, but he's deciding not to shoot. Here's a player making a stab onto the mid bin, but again, he's not picking him either. He doesn't go around, he wants to go for the bomber. Takes them. No, he does not take him out, he only gets the tag. So good peek from Weave onto the bomb position to not just rely on his mate that nobody can move in.
Let's go on to Fagaro now. Fagaro's had a terrible map in the map previously. He's had a much better map this map. He's got some really crucial frags. He's dropped some good players on the opposite team. And he seems to be the man that seems to be making stuff happen when his team need it right now. So he's moved into top A, and he's moved into top A quite late. I find when I play personally, moving into top A late, I seem to get taken down every time, but he does spot a player on bin, which is some people usually don't ever bother to do these days because it never usually warrants any success. But Fagaro's moving now, towards the mid-house area. He spots a player by MG, but misses with his deagle, and his teammate is getting the bomb down. So it's looking like a good round for Team Poland. It looks like they're about to take the round. And I just don't see how Polska are going to move back into this. So I think maybe we should switch players and move on to Dex right now. Let's see how Dex is going to approach moving on to the NEB bomb. He gets a really decent wall bang there. Got to give him credit for that. That was a pretty good shot. So we've got a player that's sitting on tin. I don't believe Dex is reloaded yet. So yeah, he gets taken down. And I think that was a completely and utterly deserved map from Team Poland. I think their comeback was excellent there. The motivation was there, and yeah, I think the execution was perfect.
Definitely, if you look at the scoreboard, we can see Fagao and Zaza both picking it up for his team, and only Dex for Team Polska on 27 frags, almost 30 bombed, and Verse only on 6 frags, so this was probably the difference of those 4 rounds, that a player of Polska did not pick up any good frags. So yeah, we're moving on to Strike, and I will take a 2-minute break because I have to take care of the other match. I told them to wait in the other server because I was hoping for a 2-0, but now I kinda have to give them the Archon, so just give me a second then.
I do believe, Gotti, are we going to be moving into that map after this? After this game finishes?
We will join them.
Okay, I did get an offer from Gil or Darling earlier. He said that he'd cover a game if we weren't able to cast it. If we
that's fine.
etc. But it's up to you. I'm gonna go for a quick piss in that sakes.
Yeah,
I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Alright, I'll be moving on to the second server just to tell them what's going on. Alright, then I can move back into the main game. We will see Italy, North America after. Maybe we are just lucky to see the last rounds of it as well. I will have to make a shortcut for myself to mute my mic as I'm hungry as hell. Alright, this works, yeah. So we're gonna take a few minute break until both these teams are ready. We can see CRM still not readying up, so he might take care of his internet. So I'll mute myself, have some food, go back into the game, obviously, so you can see the lovely map. And yeah, I'll be back as soon as those teams are ready.
Yo, I'm back. Hello, hello.
Yep, we're just taking a quick break until everybody's ready because I have foods and been sitting in front of me for the last half hour. So yeah, I'm just gonna shove it in my face. You can talk a bit about Strike if you want, but we're still waiting on CRM to ready a bit as well.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I've got food sitting downstairs as well, but I did have a big lunch, so I've got no issues going into this. I think Strike's a great map to finish this series off. We did have a one-sided crossfire, something that not everyone wants to see, but it's nice to see the underdogs, or what seem to be the underdogs, really come back and stick it to Team Polska. So I was quite impressed with that. I thought they managed the game quite well, and the players that really didn't show up on the first map actually showed up on the second map, and it's something that I really like to see. A player whose confidence is shot, then comes back and does really well. So I think obviously on TS, I think they probably had a good few words with each other before backlot and said this is what we need to do. Stop. I think they really overthought what they were doing on Crossfire. Probably had to shake a few nerves off, warm up their hands a little bit, and they really appeared to do so. So yeah, delighted to see that. I'm personally rooting for Team Poland here for reasons I can't really explain. I'd like to see the team that goes down so hard on game one to go through and put it through and get a victory in. Currently looking at Weave, who's desperately trying to do the bounce off of, I don't even know what it's called, to be fair. For some reason, after I haven't played for years, I've lost some of the very ambiguous call positions. But yeah, I think that this map is going to come down to whoever starts on attack first, personally, if they can get the right rounds in. I think both teams have looked stronger on defence, and you can generally say that is because it's obviously easier to sit in and play tactically from an individual point of view, whereas on attack it's much more team focused. And yeah, that's that. I personally think that's how the game's going to go down. Whoever's stronger attacking. Gotti, the game's about to go underway.
Oh yeah.
I'll take the first round if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
We've got some suicides coming in.
Don't count that as a round though. You're not getting out too easy.
For some reason I've tabbed. What the fuck's happened here? Okay, right, I'm back in the game.
Okay.
I'm ready now. So first round, who do you think we should follow? I'm going to follow Fagaro. He had a great last map. I'd like to see what he's going to do to possibly try and open out the A-bomb site on this map. As I say that, all he's doing is throwing an aid towards bins. He says he's going to move slowly into A. He gets a tag towards bins / double palm. We see two players go down from Team Polska, so an absolutely fiery start from Team Poland. They've taken control of A. They've smoked. They should be getting the bomb across quite shortly. Fagaro gets a great frag onto Dex, who was sitting in top scope house. We've got Milo all on his own with everything to do, but with no chance in my eyes to be able to do it. He does manage to get a slight tag onto Sarzor. He knows someone's at B bins and he gets taken out by PL, or whatever you want to call him. What are we calling this guy, Gotti?
This guy? Oh, sorry, I didn't.
PL.
Przemo, just Przemo.
Przemo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bit of my Eastern German slang comes out for the Polish team.
Simple English language isn't quite advanced enough to be pronouncing these names.
Alright, Zazo is already in cuff with the SMG, but there's no smoke to crossfire him, so he has to back out once more, so it looks like another slow approach onto the A-bomb, which is sometimes working out depending on how aggressive the defensive side is peaking. So Snake got a double kill just in time to prove my point that a slow approach sometimes does just not work if the players are on top of their aim. Let's see what's happening on the other side of the map. Dex got another kill, so it's down to Rivia, who's still in spawn, curious enough, so he was probably going for the B peak, gets the frag onto Dex, who was just walking around A, but yeah, he has player to pick him up, and he gets a revenge frag, 1-1.
Yeah, decent frag there from Dex. I'm going to move on to Dex now. He's a scope on strike defense. It's a map that's very preferable to scopes, especially scopes of Dex's caliber. He's going to be looking to the guys that are possibly going to move towards B. Has no success, is not able to see them through smokes. Will now eventually be looking towards the CAF area. He picks up an SMG. We're looking at a 4-on-4 right now. Dex seems to know that no one's that close in on A. And he's going to be holding the CAF area of an SMG, so this is what you want to see from your scope. A scope doesn't need to always be in scope positions. If they can pick up a weapon, they need to sit there and play as to what the team needs. Dex is certainly doing that right now. I will switch players because I don't believe he's going to be coming into contact with anyone too often. Who's in the top flower? We've got Zarzor for Team Poland. He's got an SMG. Difficult place to be for an SMG, but he seems to know that someone is over there in the fucking geek corner that I hate, or he seems to aim towards it at least anyway. He's very, very close to getting killed. He does manage to see him, so it has been called. He should have his SMG out. He's definitely going to get this frag. He does. Not sure how he knew there. That was probably either a call or just pure game sense. We will never know. And we're in a 3-on-1 situation. We've got Dex on his own. Dex will get taken out, and that is 2-1 to Team Poland. Who are we looking to follow now, Gotti?
Let's have a look. I was just wondering about Zarzor as well, how he knew this, but maybe he was killed by that position in another game, because these players of course know each other. They might even play in a Polish team together in some other league, so yeah, they might favor those positions more often.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And as you can see, there was just a player as well on the bin, but he moved back, and we were just in the nick of time turned around to kill the player who was sneaking up behind him, so 2 good frags for Team Poland to open up the round again. And Team Polska not looking too strong on the defensive side right now, so they will definitely need to change something, but maybe they can make some magic happen. Zarzor is, look at him, he's next to a player on double palms. I don't know if they are aware of each other, but it will come down to a fight between the both of them pretty soon, I suppose. And A has been given up by the Polish team of Team Polska, so smoke's coming in, bombs moving into the A bomb, nades are coming out to Scope House, but yeah, they're just waiting for the plant right now, and then they have to move in. But Przemo playing the smart, just covering the rotates from flowers, and of course they have to take him out before they move into A. But I'm still waiting on Zarzor if this fight is gonna happen or not with the player next to him, but both just sit impatiently all around. So this is really fun. But there is the fight is coming in, and Zarzor wins at the end, and it was just one of the 2 frags remaining to win the round with 4 players alive.
I'm going to move on to Milo here. Let's see what he can do. We obviously want to give every player his chance on the big screen, as they say. He's shooting towards the link area. Something I used to do actually when I was playing AK for my team, and it sometimes does connect, but he seems to be playing a fairly keen game. I'm going to change players now. Zarzor's sitting there on statue, is in a really good position, manages to take down Snicky. It looks like Team Poland are really taking control of A here. They're in a really good position. I'm not sure why Team Polska are leaving A so open. I really do believe that you need 2 players in on A on the defensive side at all times in every single round. I don't care what anyone says or how any objections go to that. We've got Zarzor who's looking up for nades for his teammate. The bomb will go down to no resistance, and Team Polska look like they're going to do absolutely nothing here. Really stupid run from Zarzor. I don't know if you're watching him, Gotti, on my behalf. But he shouldn't have moved there, but he's sitting in a comfortable position as statue. Dex is moving now into Underlook. He's gonna, I thought he'd push Overlook possibly, but no, he won't. He's gonna be moving through the CAF area. takes one down on Statue and he gets taken down himself, and we're on 4-1 for Team Poland. This is looking great. I am very excited to see how this match ends here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Team Polska shouldn't go down that many rounds on defense. I'm looking Dex because he will be the one pissed, and he will be the one who needs to pick up right now. And he goes for a couple of sprays from the top stairs position, but did not connect any. Goes for any B-Link player, but can't see any as well. So yeah, he might be a good player, but if nobody peeks, what can he do? There are loads of damage and frags coming in, but Polska is the lucky one surviving all of it. And Dex with the perfect timing on the mid player as well, leaving only Weave and Przemo on a 2v5. And look at Virgie, he's already in the back, came around Flowers, but Przemo on top Flower just took out a mate of his, so he has to turn around to take care of him, but does not so. And both players killed each, and Przemo even two, so the 5v2 situation changed in a 2v2. And now it's down to Mellow and Snick to not make this clutch happen. Snick just spotted a player on B-Link, but yeah, they're both on A now, so if Team Poland would know that, they could just rotate into the B-bomb. Przemo wants to look for more frags. He moved away from B-Link towards A, so yeah, this is working good for Team Polska. They're both heading towards A, where both these players are defending from. Let's see what Weave is doing. Weave is careful, he's scared anybody pushed into Underlook already, but with 24 seconds to go, he has no time to be scared of. Przemo just spotted a play on Magic Ball, so this is the key frag now. Mellow has to stay strong, wait for his player, but now he's not gonna wait, he's taking the responsibility on his own, and there's a saved round for Team Polska.
Yeah, I'm going to move on to Snicky now. He just played a good round, basically played the play that made his team get the round in, so yeah, we're going to follow him. He's moving into A slowly, he's sitting back, he's worried about nades, like the geek nades coming in, but he will start moving into A now. He does manage to dodge the scope, thankfully enough for him. Moves into Statue rather carelessly and gets taken down. I think he deserved that. Should be playing much more smart. We do see a team kill from Dex onto his teammate Milo. He's not going to be happy about that. He knows someone's on the bomb. He hears someone at Statue. Dex in a really awkward position here. Fires onto the bomb. He will be looking to... he actually does move out and gets blocked. So Dex is in all sorts of sweaty situations here. Who should we move on to? I think Fagro's in a great position there on Statue. Takes one down, knows one's at bins, gets taken down himself. So we've got Virtuo, who knows that the defending player is sitting at taps. He flashes him, so he's going to move closer to the bomb and fake without a doubt. No, he doesn't fake, but he doesn't need to. We've got CRM who takes out Ribzor, and we have a successful round for Team Polska. So 4-3. This map's looking good so far. This is what we want to see. And over to you, Gotti.
Oh yeah, it was a good retake, but in my opinion, Rivia should have played this smarter because he was in taps with 20 seconds remaining, and he didn't have to peek like this. But yeah, in the end, it didn't work out for him. He did have the confidence probably just take him out, but just did it in the wrong moment. So unfortunately for him, the Sneaks opened up the round. Finally gets answered from Zazu, so 4v4 right away, and Rivia with another win on Dax in the scope duel. And Mellow with a frag as well. So down to a 3v3, and A is still under control. Not anymore. And wow, this is just going back and forth, 2v2 right now. As soon there's a frag coming in, the revenge frag is coming as well. So this is what I like to see, some good team play coming out. Nobody goes on his own, and if you die you always have a mate to recover. Really good stuff. Rivia finally coming in with a bomb towards A, and there's only CRM in how I call it, the gay corner. Has spotted the player in Cav. I'm not sure he spotted him. Yes, he did. So he goes down to him, and it's only down to Virtue. He just moved into main. He saw a player on bomb, missed or dodged a shot from him. So there's a player on bins and on a bomb to find. And they're both peeking, so he has a chance to win it. They're not staying in keen to peek at the same moment. And now he's in a prime position to kill the bins player, but now he finally sits in, peeks in the right moment, and takes him out in the end.
Yeah, I was watching Fagro that whole round. I'm not going to watch him now because I feel like I'm going to jinx him. I'm going to watch Dex. Go back onto Dex now. It's Dex's time to go huge. If he wants to keep his team in for the possibility of winning this game, he needs to get some crucial frags. He sees no one, but he's spamming through the smoke. I feel like he's going to try and do something slightly out there right now, for lack of a better way to say anything. He knows his team are in a difficult position, but they are 5-4 up. He gets taken down to double palms. Fagaro's going huge these past two maps, which is good to see. I said that he's been playing decent recently when I've played against him, and possibly with him, I'm not sure. But yeah, he's really picking it up for his team. Team Poland look like they're going to lose this round. They're on a 3-on-2 situation. I'm watching Virtuo, who's sitting in spawn, but does see someone in underlook position. He had his chance to kill that person, but I believe that the member of Team Poland has gone towards a CAF area but gets taken down to Snicky, who I'm going to move on to now. He's sitting back CAF, and he's got Fagaro pushing him, so can Fagaro go huge again? But Team Polska know where the bomb is. He's definitely going to get taken down at this point. And that was quite an exciting way to end that round, to be fair.
That was closer than I thought, because they had to. Yeah, they were both looking at the CAF entrance, but somehow he got out of it without even being tagged. So yeah. But in the end, they survived it. And we're moving on 5-4, so not a huge advantage for Poland anymore. Only one round, so they will look forward to win this one. Let's see what Weave is doing. It's a quiet game so far. He's only on 5 frags, so maybe we can make some reverse magic happen, which already worked for the nade kill. So let's see. Yep, he sees a player in mid-shop. But now his team is calling in. We've got Ana control, bring the fucking bomb in. We don't care about your scoreboard stats, just plant the bomb, and this is what he does. And this is of course the curse you have as an AK, that the most important job is coming down to you, and it is planting the bomb on attack. And it's down to Dax on the 1v4, so yeah, perfect execution of the ace strat from Team Poland to get a 6th round on the board.
That's a crucial 6th round, really crucial 6th round. I don't believe we've watched PL so far, so let's watch him, or Prejmiko. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce his name.
Almost a good try.
He throws in a decent nade towards double palms, managed to get the tag, but unfortunately does not get the frag. Pun not intended. He's looking towards the B exit area. He's not going to have any success. I'm going to have to move players. There was a kill on Garage. We've got Surza getting a kill onto CRM. Rivs gets a frag onto Dex. So we've got a crucial 3-on-3 now. If Team Poland get this round, I think they're in good stead to possibly take the map. But will they be able to stay composed and essentially get around against a Team Polska team that look very keen to sit in and play very carefully? The Team Polska team actually are both focused in on A, so will Team Poland cop onto this at some point? It doesn't look like they're going to.
Go back to Przemo, he's in a good spot.
Who?
Przemo, the PL guy.
Oh yeah, Shremo, he is in a great spot actually. So Team Poland, Team Polska, sorry, have a team at double palms, single palm, sorry. Maybe not actually. Ooh, sorry, that was very difficult to look after that game. I was going through the players, and yeah. Great round for Team Poland.
Yeah, Snick almost took it back for him as he got the first frag but couldn't finish it off on the Magic Wall player. So yeah, Przemo was in a perfect spot to call that there's nobody at B. I mean, if there would be anybody on B, they would just not let him go up Scope House. So yeah, but they decided to go for the A in the end. It fortunately worked out, but yeah, this was a close call. So let's see Virtue. He found a player on B, which was Przemo, and he took him out. CRM with a double kill as well, so 3 frags for Polska coming within the first 20 seconds. So there was probably an A push by Poland coming in, but this time it will not work out, and it's down to Fagaro. No, it's Weave in square with the bomb at least, and an AK. 3 more players to find after you've just found Dex. Finds a player on top statue that doesn't get attack. And now as soon he walks out, there will be shots fired at him. Now, not quite yet. They're still staying in. They need this round. They wanted to end 7-5. And the fight's coming in from mid shops. And Searam with a triple kill, saving it for his team to a close 7-5.
So how do you feel about how this half's gone, Gotti? Do you think that Team Poland are looking good now, going into defence and a 7-5 victory on attack, or do you think that this is very much wide open for both teams?
In my opinion, Poland was looking so strong in winning that they will be upset that it can any more rounds of this. So, but yeah, they're still in favor, so they still can do something. So, but yeah, they will be disappointed for sure. So let's get it started. I'm gonna take this one as well, and we will see who's got a good spawn. Dex got a good spawn actually. He will probably go for the BP. He picks up the bomb but drops it right away. So he's going for the AP, gets out the player, but Rivia just waited for this, unfortunately a millisecond too late, so a frag for both teams, and Mellow and Pshembo both following up, so down to his 3v3, and there's a player in A already of attacking side. It is Snake, so he's in a good spot, but he has no idea if the player cuff or something, but he goes for the peek onto Scope House, takes out Ree with a lovely spray control or recoil control with the SMG, but the bomb is so far away. He's got A control, but at the moment they don't need a bomb. But it's down to Rivia, a 1v3, takes up a few bullets, even tags up Virtue. He thinks the bomb is coming in because there's a smoke, but nope, perfectly played by them. They just smoked it even though the bomb wasn't even close to anywhere, and he just felt he had to move and dies in the end.
Yep, I'm going to move on to CRM. He's gone to the top of the scoreboard for his team. He is the bomb carrier by the looks of it. I'm not sure that was discussed beforehand. He hasn't thrown any smokes. So are the SMGs throwing certain smokes? And is he... he hasn't got the bomb, sorry. It looked like he was going to take the bomb at some point. But yeah, he didn't throw a smoke, which is a bit odd. Usually the AKs on strike attack will either be throwing the stairs smoke or the Stevie smoke, so he's obviously playing the passive gameplay where he's possibly holding his smoke to smoke A bins for the possible cross. But yeah, overall a bit of a weird round here from CRM's perspective. He's the only guy that I've watched so far. We find ourselves on a 2-on-2 situation. There is a guy at B bins that could have dropped him there, but he moves in perfect timing. He knows that the guy's B bins now, and suspects possibly that the other player for Team Poland is in the double palms area. I think he's moving himself into a pretty dangerous position here. Not sure if the member of Team Poland knows he's pushing him. He obviously does if he's running back towards the link area. He manages to get the frag at the tag and not the frag. Pun I've used twice here, but I actually quite enjoy using it. He is going to make his way to the B-bomb site. I think he's in a really troublesome situation. He should probably plant on the left hand side. He decides to plant on the right hand side. Really stupid decision in my eyes, and gets taken down. There's no reason he shouldn't have gone onto the left there, but obviously game sense out of game is very different to game sense in game.
Of course, it's a difficult decision. It's a 50-50 one as well, because if you go for the left side, you could go bottom Scope House and spray you from there easy. So yeah, it's a 50-50, but yeah, I agree that I would have probably gone for the left side, but you'll never know. Maybe you thought already about the after plan situation, which is of course easier when it's planted there. Quick frags coming in right now, but Dex is already in cuff. Let's see if he can get some frags after the smoke is gone. He does so on to Weave. Looks for any player on to Scope House, but there is nobody to see. So yeah, perfect execution of an A push, and it's only down to Pshemo and then 1v4, and he will have no impact on this.
Yeah, I'm moving on to Dex actually just to start this round. He seems to be having a bit of a wank game, to be honest. It's not usual for a lot of people to see Dex on a scoping map play so badly, but when he needs to go huge, he seems to be able to go huge. So let's see. He's 7-8 down. He's having a peek onto a big shot there, absolutely massive frag. That was fantastic. Team Polska find themselves in a 3-3 situation. Should be 3-on-2 situation, but Dex only manages to get the tag, so picked up the right guy this round, I think. CRM managed to get 2 frags there, one onto Fagaro and one onto... I'm not even going to pronounce his name again in shame of embarrassing myself. Apologies, guys. But Dex does have the bomb. He's clearly calling to his team what they need to do. He's looking to see if anyone's in the statue area. I think he's playing this correctly. This is a pretty tense moment for both teams because these next couple of rounds are very, very important in order to get themselves back into the game. We do find that Weave gets a frag onto CRM, so Team Polska find themselves in a 2-on-2 situation, not what they wanted, but we do have Dex looking at the double palms area, manages to see nothing despite a player being there, and there is a player at bins, so let's see if he's able to take him out. No, Milo does that for him, and he hears a player at double palms. He'll be looking up for the nade, and Milo goes huge again. So massive round there for Team Polska. I think Team Poland, to be honest, threw that away.
Oh yeah, definitely. They should have stayed in Kina and played together. There was just a 1v2 of both situations, so they really should have made it a 2v2 as it was. But let's see the smokes are they coming down. Actually, Stevie smoke failed, but nobody's on top of Stevie this round anyway, so it's not that bad. But players already in pushing out of Calf. It's in the name of Virtue, and he's already at Statue. Took out Fagaro, cross smoke coming in. The bomb is by Statue as well, so he will try to move into the bomb side right now. And let's see if he's successful doing so. Yes, he is on the bomb. It is Mellow planting bomb right now, looking up the sky to see if any counter nade is coming in, but there will be none. So easy plant and a 3v4 after plant situation in favor of Polska. Zazo spots a player Overlook, tags him up heavily, unfortunately doesn't get a frag. So this will be even harder at the moment. CRM feels the need to move down as he was smacked down by him. Again, he's tagged to half HP, so the frag is just not falling, and there's so much time wasted at the moment that they just need to move slowly, and it's 15 seconds, the last player's in cuff, 1v3, there's no way he's gonna win this, and he doesn't.
Yeah, Team Poland are throwing this away right now. I'm going to go into Fagaro. He seems to have picked it up for his team the last 2 maps. He's the SMG. He's going to be moving into A quickly. Or kind of quickly. He's going to wait for the initial nades to go in. Done that correctly. He moves into the statue area and is now ready for any pushes that are going to come in. He's not going to see anything. He does know that some players have gone down. The round's gone very quickly. We find ourselves in a 2-on-2 situation. Gets a huge kill onto Dex. This is massive. He should be sitting in now. There's no reason for him to push whatsoever. By all means, I think he should just pull back and go and sit in a really defensive position. He goes in and does that. Maybe he should find himself an AK, which he does do. He finds that a double palms has obviously been called to him. Sitting on the B bin's correct, so we'll move on to Przemko, who's sitting in a really great position. He knows that CRM's sitting outside of the B entrance and moving towards Flower now. I would have peeked in this situation. He is about to peek and get caught. And I thought he was going to get dropped there, but reaction time was good, and we're sitting on a 9-9. This is what we want to see, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice bait as well from the zone, just trying to convince the B player that he's moving to B shops and just peeks back, but unfortunately he didn't have the weapon to go into the close range fight and dies in the end. But yeah, nice try. Poland with 2 opening frags, so looking stronger this round, but Polska answering quick with 3, so yeah, advantage gone in 3 seconds. Unfortunately for them, Fagaro takes out Mellow. So it's again after 20 seconds it's down to a 2v2 again, so these initial frags are just falling so fast.
Dex can tell that the guy's gone to Overlook. Let's watch what Dex can do right now. He's in a 1-on-2 situation.
If Dex knew why was CRM peeking like this, so Fagaro just picked him easily from Overlook, and Dex missing the deagle shots goes in for the no-scope, but yeah, Fagaro with the 4 kills this round, looking huge for his team.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Dex go down there. I'm going to move on to the Team Poland scope, which is Weave at the moment. I don't think we've watched Weave so far. So let's see what he's doing. He's going to move on to Stevie. There's a lot of smoke, a lot of car explosions.
Again, no Stevie
smoke. Reaction's very slow. Should have got taken down there. Managed to take a lot of fire. but manages to survive quite luckily. We've, unlike Dex, it seems like a bit more of a conservative scope. He seems to sit in quite a bit. He doesn't seem to be moving quite quickly, and this works for certain scopes. I mean, now as I say that, he starts moving around a bit. He's obviously very aware of where his enemy teammates are. His teammates, he is in a 4-2 situation, so there's no reason for him to do anything stupid. I'm going to move on to CRM, who's sitting underlook. He knows that someone was flower pots. He takes out Rivs on single palm. He's on his own 1-on-3, but he has been playing well. But then again, he gets taken down. Team Poland are 11-9 up, and there's me hoping that they're going to take this map.
Yeah, 9-11, never forget, and they're going in for another round. Let's see if they can hold off another push, as Virtue got a good spawn, but he's going for nades and not for any push towards Cuff. Right? That's at least the Stevie smoke is down, so he can move freely on the street, but no, he can't because there's a player in B shops, so yeah. Unfortunately, timing for him, he just stopped to push when the player was peeking from front A, and now even more unluck for him as Fagaro just turned around at the right moment to take him out as well. So down to 2v3 again for Polska. It's only Mellow and CRM alive. So probably not the players you want in a clutch, as they're currently, well, at least CRM is on top, but Mellow didn't have great maps so far. But I think they're both AKs, so CRM at least got the first. And look at Fagaro, he wants to rotate. He reads this perfectly that they're going towards B. So Weave is covering the B entrance, and the only thing Fagaro has to do to check the mid push. And this is what he's wanted to do, but he just heard steps, so he's staying in for now. So yeah, the middle is open and Weave has to be cautious, and he does so by just laying down the spawn. Let's see, Melo goes for some spam to get some information, but no such luck thus far. See, Weave is still not peeking, so a lot of sense to look for him. But now he's peeking, so let's see this. He misses the first shot, there's a smoke on the bump, but it's not covering everything. So goes for the repeat, kills him, and now he should find the player on the bump. He does so. Weave with the perfect 2 shots under the players, clutching it for his team in this 2v2.
Right, I think we need to watch Dex right now. I hate saying it, but look, if there's one guy that's going to sit there and give a middle finger and a fuck you, it's going to be him right now, isn't it? To sit there and be like, here we go, we're coming back into this game. So he's sitting there doing some silly sprays through smoke. Maybe he's losing his cool. What he doesn't need is a member of his team to go down, which Sneaky does, who's been pretty strong. But we are in a 4-3 situation. It's looking good for Team Polska. Is there any player you think that we should switch to, Gotti?
Nah, it's just fine. Stay on Dex. He just had a lovely wallbang, so yeah, he will look for more, but only 2 Team Poland players left, so maybe pick one of them.
I'm going to look onto Zazu at the minute. He's impressed me most so far, although he's sitting in mid shops. So he's in a pretty impossible situation, especially with an SMG. He does get 2 good tags onto CRM, but CRM comes out on top, and we are on a 12-10 situation.
Yeah,
right
first
now.
match point denied by Team Polska. They need to deny it 2 more times to go to overtime. So let's see if Zazu can make some magic happen for his team. He goes to the A-bomb, so this is a good beginning if an SMG is already locked on the A-bomb like this. But Dex following up on the Fagaro, so Zazu is on his own in the A-bomb. So if any A-push coming in, he's the most important player right now. But you can see on the minimap, A is already been surrounded by the Team Polska players, and they will try to push in anytime soon. Snick takes out Rivia as well, so the long range scope advantage has been taken out. Or is Weave? No, Weave is still scoping, never mind then. So yeah, Zazu sits in, so let's switch players to somebody who might... Oh, look at Dex, he's going for some jumping action to find a player on the A-bomb. And remember, Zazu was in the A-bomb. This could end terribly for him. Let's see if Dex can find him from there. He only checked the position of the magic wall, checks the bump. He did he saw him? He did saw him. He takes him out from the jump. Unlucky for Zazu. So yeah, perfect decision making by Dex to go up there to find him. So only down to Weave and Shemo.
Has Dex bothered to do that any round in this whole game? That is one question.
I doubt it,
Maybe,
but yeah.
maybe that highlights his huge experience in sitting there thinking, what are these players doing at this point in time?
Yep. It's only down to Pshema on a 1v4. There's no way it's on B-Link with an AK. His position is known, so yeah. This will come down to the final round if they want to win this match right now, before the overtime.
Yeah, last round, I'm going on to Fagaro. He's the guy who has held it together for Team Poland. I think this is going to go through to an overtime personally, but I do think Team Poland need to get fucking 2 players in on A. They haven't been doing it. Every time they haven't done it, then they've lost the round. They've got 3 players sitting on Team A now. Maybe that's too much. Myers, it probably is, but Virtuo gets taken down. Fagaro needs to sit in now. I think that Team Poland need to just play time. There's no reason to peek anything. They just need to know exactly where Team Polska are looking to push. Need to just see this game out. They look like they're sitting in great positions to do so. I think we should probably move on to Team Polska and see what they're doing in terms of their aggressive tactics, because they're going to need to move forward. Milo, who I've just moved on to, gets a really dirty nade kill, random nade kill. Wouldn't say dirty, but definitely random nade kill. Onto Przemko. We find ourselves in a 3-on-3 situation. Who's moved in on to B for the Team Polska side is CRM. CRM he's been quite an exciting player all match. So we're going to see what he's looking to do here. He seems to be pretty sure that there's a member of the Team Poland side near the B bomb site somewhere. He knows he's in Scope House, I believe, from the way he's acting. Team Polska were going to get the bomb down, but they don't, and they get dropped and they lose the game. And I think that is an excellent way for this game to end.
This was quite exciting, the last round. They almost had the bomb down, so this was looking convincing. They were like in a 3v3 situation, but then an anti-plant nade onto the B bomb came in, and this was just falling apart for them. So it was just perfectly played by Team Poland. They were waiting for the plant nading towards B, and it was like 15 seconds to go. Even if CRM would have gone the kill, there was no way for him to plant the bomb then.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a very unexpected ending. I'm so glad the second map went the way it did. The second and third map went the way they did. I think the better team won in the end. I think obviously huge game for Team Poland to come back like that. But all in all,